Hi, good morning. This is Star Hussain with you from Superior University, Lahore. Hope you people are doing well. And today we shall discuss about the probability and non-probability sampling. Let's start our today lecture. So first of all, we shall start from our first slide. What is population and what is sample? Because sampling is based on population. So that's why we shall first discuss about population and sample. Population, as you know, as a whole, here you can see a big circle which is showing different categories of people or sample, or you can say uh, different types of people are showing in this circle, and a very small circle is also fetched from the main circle, which means that this total population, this sample is presenting this whole population. It means if a sample is having the quality that it is presenting the whole population, then you can uh, take this sample. uh, for example, there is a 4 million population, let's say, of a country is based on a 4 million people, and you are not able to collect the data from all 4 million people. What you do, you just take some sample which is based on some type of, you give some type of survey questionnaires to the people which is relevant to your study. You give them, they fill out them, and you collect let's say you collect 10,000 sample from this 4 million population, which is also having the qualities or characteristics of the whole population. Then we can consider it a sample. Now the question is that how sample, why we collect the sample? Because because collecting the data from this 4 million people is not possible. It is time constraint and budget constraint. Because of budget and time constraint, we are not able to collect the data from this population, because it will take too much time, it will consume too much energy, it will take too much, it will be too much expensive. Due to save our money, save our time and energy, we took sample from the population. So let's start our next slide, which is regarding to sampling types, which is probability sampling and non-probability sampling. As you know, probability, in simple, very simple words, probability sampling is known as in which there is a equal chance of being selected a sample, and non-probability is in which there is not an equal chance of being selected. Or if we shall discuss about the simple definition, it means that a random sampling techniques, which is regarding to probability sampling. Random sampling techniques to create a sample for each element in the sample. Sample is the probability is known and non-zero, in which probability is known and non-zero. For as a rule of thumb, every element of the population has the same chance at being included or being included in the sample. And the non-probability sampling is a technique which is used non-random process. For example, researcher judgment, convenience sampling, probability, or you can say you also took interviews, etc. In this. All right. Now we shall discuss about some types of probability sampling, which is sample random sampling, certified, systematic, cluster, and multi-stage. Cluster, uh, cluster and stratified are a little bit same, but now we shall discuss step by step all these probability sampling. In simple random sampling, what we do, we simply collect the data from collect the data from a person, or we fill questionnaire, or whoever is our, you can say, what, whoever is, whichever people is coming to us, we can get uh, information from that particular sample. For example, in other words, we can say it is a completely random method for selecting the subjects. We select the subject randomly. These can be including assigning the numbers to the subjects, to objects, and then using a random number generator to choose the random number. All right. And then is stratified sampling. Stratified mean if the population is very big, and let's say let me quote an example. Uh, Suppose there are many categories, or you can say there are many cities, and you are not able to collect the data from all the cities and from all the persons. What you do, you divide them into strata, and after that you collect the data from all those sample, and you select all those sample from that stratas, and you conduct the research. In strata, what we do, it involves the splitting the subjects. It split the subjects into mutually exclusive groups, and then using a simple random sampling to choose the members of group. All right, and next is systematic. Systematic means you provide systematic numbering uh, to the participants, which is based on the uh, different sampling techniques, which is given by different researchers and scholars. You can give every nth number to the sample which you collected. For example, you collected 10,000 samples, and out of 10,000 you are choosing you want to choose them systematically. What you will do, you will divide them on small n or small n over capital N, and after that you choose each nth number. For example, out of 10,000 you choose first one. Let's say you choose first sample, and after that you choose 10th, and after 10th you select 20th, and same vice versa. You will same like that, you will choose every nth number in this sampling. And after that, cluster sampling. In cluster sampling, as you know, you divide the population in different clusters. And in different cluster, for example, there are 4 provinces of Pakistan, and there is, you can say, from all provinces, this is not possible for you to collect the data from each city or each province. What you do, you divide them in some clusters, and every cluster is having some specific characteristics inside them, and you collect them, and after that you calculate uh, your results. Or in other words, you can say it is a way to randomly select the participant from a list that is too large for a simple random sampling. For example, if you wanted to use 10,000 participants from the entire population of let's say India, Pakistan, or US, it is likely to impossible to get a complete list of everyone. Instead of this, what we do, we select randomly areas like cities, like countries, or randomly select it from the within those boundaries which is relevant to your population and sample. Now we shall discuss about multi-stage random sampling. Multi-stage means that you assign different task, or different, you collect the data different from different time scenarios. Let's say if, for example, let me quote a very small example which is relevant today. What was the result of before medicine, and what was the condition of patient before medicine, and what was the condition of patient after medicine. And you can also collect the data from different entrepreneurs. What was the capital they were having at the starting of the business, and what was the capital they were having after 1 year or 6 months. And you collect the data on different stages from the population or sample from the different people on different categories on different stages. You collect the data from the people, for example, stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. I hope today lecture was good and you enjoyed this lecture, and this is will be also very informative for you for your future prospectus and your current knowledge. Thank you very much. Goodbye.